And for all of us standing before you today, I can proudly proclaim that the golden age of America is upon us.
President-elect Donald Trump has been laying out his bold, controversial, and yes, even surreal vision since his presidential victory. From suggesting the annexation of Greenland to proposing a reclamation of the Panama Canal and teasing about absorbing Canada itself. Trump is reigniting debates on American expansionism not seen since the 19th century. Hello and welcome. You're watching Statecraft with me, Geeta Mohan. Now let's start with the doctrine that might as well be Trump's blueprint, manifest destiny. This 19th century ideology justified America's westward expansion across the continent. Now, President-elect Trump's rhetoric suggests he's dusting it off for a 21st century revival. Take Greenland, for instance. Back in 2019, the idea of the US purchasing this autonomous Danish territory was widely dismissed as a joke. But Trump isn't letting it go. On Truth Social, he reiterated that Greenland is essential for US national security and claimed that the people of Greenland want the US to be there. This renewed focus builds on his earlier attempt in 2019 to purchase Greenland, which was rebuffed by Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen. The incident even led Trump to cancel a state visit to Denmark. This week, he doubled down, calling Greenland an absolute necessity for US national security. In fact, his transition team has reportedly been exploring ways to acquire or take custodianship of the island. Now, why is that? Strategic location and natural resources, of course, are the reasons why Donald Trump and his entire team is focused on Greenland. Greenland's Prime Minister, Mutti Egede, has firmly rejected Trump's renewed interest, saying, and I quote, "Greenland is ours, we are not for sale and will never be for sale." Not only has Trump's proposal drawn international criticism, there is a major move that is being made by Denmark. The Danish government has reacted by promising the largest defense spending boost to Greenland since Trump's revived push for the Arctic region. Pledging $1.5 billion, the Danish government says that the package would allow for the purchase of 2 new inspection ships, 2 new long-range drones, and 2 extra dog sled teams. It would also include funding for increased staffing at Arctic Command in the capital Nuuk and an upgrade for one of Greenland's 3 main civilian airports to handle F-35 supersonic fighter aircraft. The world's largest island, Greenland, is an autonomous territory of Denmark, and Denmark certainly is not going to let go of this precious piece of land. Next up, the Panama Canal. A vital shipping route for the entire world, as Trump says, is built with American blood and money in the earlier 20th century. It has been fully under Panamanian control since 1999. Trump, however, has declared that the canal's current operation is, quote-unquote, ripping us off. In an online tirade, he threatened to demand its return if fees for US ships were not reduced. Writing on its Truth Social platform, Trump began a series of posts by wishing Merry Christmas to all, and then he said, and I quote, "including to the wonderful soldiers of China who are lovingly but illegally operating the Panama Canal." He referenced the American lives lost during the canal's construction over a century ago and criticized the current arrangement, stating that the United States of America puts in billions of dollars in repair money but will have absolutely nothing to say about anything.
Our Navy and Commerce have been treated in a very unfair and injudicious way. The fees being charged by Panama are ridiculous, highly unfair, especially knowing the extraordinary generosity that has been bestowed to Panama, I say very foolishly, by the United States. This complete ripoff of our country will immediately stop. It's going to stop. The United States has a big and vested interest in the secure, efficient, and reliable operation of the Panama Canal.
Trump emphasized his desire to prevent the Panama Canal from falling into the wrong hands. specifically citing China's significant economic investments and growing influence in the region. Notably, China is the second largest user of the Panama Canal after the United States of America. Trump's remarks follow Panama's 2017 decision to cut diplomatic ties with Taiwan and recognize it as part of China, a major diplomatic win for Beijing. Trump's criticism also stems from the fees charged to the US ships transiting the canal. He declared, and I quote, "We'll demand that the Panama Canal be returned to us if those fees are not reduced." He justified his stance by citing the increasing influence of China in the Americas in total, arguing that reclaiming the canal is a matter of national security. On the other hand, Panama's president, Jose Raul Mulino, wasted no time hitting back. He dismissed Trump's remarks as gross ignorance of history, reaffirming that Panama would not hand over a single square meter of the canal.
Cada metro cuadrado del Canal de Panamá y su zona adyacente es de Panamá y lo seguirá siendo. La soberanía e independencia de nuestro país no son negociables. El canal no tiene control directo o indirecto ni de China, ni de la Comunidad Europea, ni de Estados Unidos o de cualquier otra potencia.
But it didn't end there. Trump posted a meme captioned, "Welcome to the United States Canal," sparking an avalanche of social media reactions. Trump's provocative rhetoric didn't stop with Greenland and Panama. He turned his attention north towards Canada as well. Trump has joked or perhaps semi-seriously proposed that Canada could become the 51st state of the United States of America. During a dinner at Mar-a-Lago with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, or as Trump prefers, Governor Trudeau, the president-elect floated the idea of statehood for Canada. He argued the taxes would drop by 60%, businesses would flourish, and Canada would enjoy unparalleled military protection. Naturally, Trudeau's government isn't amused. Social media, however, has had a field day with memes like "Make Canada Great Again" trending for hours. And it doesn't stop there. Trump's imperial mood, as critics are calling it, extends southwards as well. Perhaps the most contentious of Trump's proposals involves Mexico.
But I've informed Mexico that it just cannot continue. We're not going to let it continue. The United States has lost 300,000 people a year. Think of that. I don't know. I mean, how many people? Everybody you meet said, "I lost my daughter, I lost my son to drugs, to fentanyl," mostly to fentanyl, but to drugs. Families are being destroyed, and we're going to stop it. We're not going to let that happen.
His allies have reportedly discussed plans for a soft invasion, which could include cross-border special forces operations or drone strikes targeting cartels.
Every foreign gang member will be expelled, and I will immediately designate the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. We're going to do it immediately. And we'll unleash the full power of federal law enforcement, ICE, Border Patrol.
Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum dismissed these ideas, calling them entirely a movie. She added that Mexico would oppose any such incursion.
Como resultado, y de acuerdo con las cifras de la Patrulla Fronteriza y de Aduanas de su país, CBP, los encuentros en la frontera entre México y Estados Unidos se han reducido en 75% de diciembre de 2023 a noviembre de 2024. Siempre hemos manifestado la disposición de México para evitar que siga la epidemia de fentanilo en los Estados Unidos, que por lo demás es un problema de consumo y de salud pública de la sociedad de su país.
This raises a crucial question. Is Trump's foreign policy shifting from isolationism to outright aggression? Here's where it gets complicated. Observers are split on whether Trump's comments represent serious policy ambitions or political theater aimed at energizing his base. One theory is that Trump's rhetoric is a negotiation tactic. By proposing annexation or reclamation, he might be aiming to renegotiate trade deals and strengthen America's geopolitical standing. For example, his push to own Greenland is as much about securing Arctic resources as it is about countering Russian and Chinese influence in the region. For a moment, let's step back and consider the historical parallels. The US has a long history of territorial expansion, from the Louisiana Purchase to the annexation of Hawaii. Could Trump's proposals be seen as a modern iteration of this expansionist legacy? Critics argue that such ideas are outdated in a world that values sovereignty and international law. Supporters, however, see them as bold moves to reassert American dominance in a multipolar world. Internationally, the backlash has been swift. Leaders from Greenland, Denmark, Panama, and Canada have all reaffirmed their sovereignty. Domestically, however, Trump's base seems energized. Memes and slogans like "Welcome to the United States Canal" and "Greenland is America's future" are gaining traction on social media. This polarizing rhetoric is classic Trump, keeping him at the center of global and domestic attention. So what's the bottom line? Trump's America First vision is colliding with American imperialism. Whether his statements lead to actual policy changes or remain provocative soundbites, one thing is clear: they're reshaping debates within America and about America's role in the world. As we head into Trump's presidency, these proposals and statements will undoubtedly face scrutiny from allies, adversaries, American people, and those people from foreign lands that are in question over here. This is going to be a tough one for President-elect Donald Trump. After becoming president on the 20th of January, he will have to navigate through these proposals that he's made with countries that are neighboring America. The United States of America might have a very difficult time, diplomatic tiffs, and maybe even snapping of ties between America and its neighboring nations. So, it is Donald Trump who will have to navigate through these ups and downs and ensure that there is a position that America takes wherein all these countries do not feel like they're being isolated or feel like there is aggression that they're experiencing from the big United States of America. Thank you for watching Statecraft. Goodbye and take care.